Me and Turki know each other, and then we wanna see.
We gonna see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turkey about that show about
No,
Canelo?
we know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but we already we now know each other, and we
Rumors of a potential blockbuster showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are generating excitement in the boxing world.
we'll see. Everything is possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it, sit down really well, and figure out something.
Canelo Alvarez, who once dismissed the idea of facing Terence Crawford and called the matchup a lose-lose situation, has now changed his tune, openly admitting that Crawford presents a genuine threat.
Do you think he's too small to compete with you?
No, he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's a smart fighter, and I take everything seriously. But we'll see what.
Turki Al-Sheikh, the influential head of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, seems to be spearheading the effort to bring this dream matchup to life. During a recent Ring magazine event in London, Al-Sheikh and Canelo Alvarez were seen deep in conversation, fueling speculation. Alvarez hinted at the possibility of facing Crawford, saying, "There's always a chance. We'll see, but there's always a possibility. We're here to do the best business." Speaking optimistically about his meeting with Al-Sheikh, Alvarez,
I like to work with everybody. I'm a free agent, and I like to work with everybody. And I like to have the door.
the potential fight is monumental, not just because of the star power involved, but also due to its perfect timing. Both fighters are at the peak of their careers, though they've taken very different paths to get there. Canelo Alvarez has now expressed a clear willingness to entertain the highly anticipated bout, while Terence Crawford has consistently shown strong interest in making the fight a reality.
You want the nonsense? Tell him we going for Canelo next. Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
Crawford, known for his relentless ambition and eagerness to take on the toughest challenges, has publicly called for this matchup on multiple occasions, demonstrating his determination to cement his legacy by facing one of boxing's most iconic figures.
Put me in the game, coach. Let's put me in the game. Canelo Crawford, the biggest.
While speaking with Karl Froch, Turki Al-Sheikh, the head of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, shared his bold vision for the future of boxing. He emphasized his focus on the American market, saying, "In the American market, I want to see Canelo versus Crawford." Al-Sheikh also offered a prediction, suggesting that the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford could happen in May. He hinted that the fight might even be featured on the undercard of another thrilling matchup between Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez.
It was Canelo versus Crawford in May on the undercard, Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. Look, and here's the thing. Magnificent card.
Al-Sheikh shared his excitement about the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, acknowledging the obvious challenge posed by the weight difference, but remaining optimistic that the fight could still be made. He emphasized the mutual interest from both fighters, noting Crawford's eagerness to secure the bout and Canelo's potential willingness, provided the financial terms are appealing, key factors in making the matchup a reality.
Really do want to see Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. I know there's a weight disparity or discrepancy between the two, right? One at 154, one at 168, but something can happen there. Crawford desperately wants to fight. I believe Canelo wants it for the right money.
Al-Sheikh reflected on the broader landscape of boxing and the importance of a fight like this in today's scene. He highlighted the unique excitement a Las Vegas event would bring and the global attention such a bout would attract. For Al-Sheikh, the combination of perfect timing, the surrounding circumstances, and the star power involved makes this fight a truly extraordinary and significant moment for the sport.
Aren't that many fights out there now for Canelo because Benavidez and Morale have now gone up to 175 and he didn't really seem interested in fighting them. And I don't think there's any interest for Crawford to fight anyone else at 154 or 160. So it's the super fight of all super fights. And when you've covered the sport for nearly 30 years, you know nothing beats a big Vegas fight. Nothing. And this one would just sell out anything in Vegas and it'll be enormous.
Gareth A. Davies engaged in a conversation with Al-Sheikh about the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, emphasizing its unique appeal and historical significance. Davies pointed out the interesting age dynamic between the two fighters, noting that Crawford is actually older than Canelo, even though with his energy and sharp form, it might not seem that way. He remarked, "It's a strange one because Crawford is older than Canelo, even though he doesn't look it, act it, or feel it. But Canelo, with 20 years as a pro, has clearly had the longer run." Continuing the discussion, Davies compared the possible fight to legendary bouts of the past, particularly the iconic clash between Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. By drawing that parallel, he underscored the magnitude and potential legacy of a Crawford-Canelo matchup, framing it as a defining moment for modern boxing.
It's one of boxing's big super fights because it harks back to Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Leonard stepping up to the middleweight division and beating Marvin Hagler. Maybe it's a similar kind of fight in a way, without critiquing too heavily or comparing Canelo to one of my all-time heroes, Marvin Hagler. Obviously, one was a southpaw as well in Hagler. So I think it's a brilliant, big.
Alvarez, a 4-division world champion with a 60-2 record, has faced some criticism recently for his cautious matchmaking. Crawford, on the other hand, vacated the welterweight division after achieving undisputed status for the second time in his career, further solidifying his pound-for-pound credentials with a dominant win over Errol Spence. This potential clash not only promises an exciting contest, but also offers both fighters a chance to cement their legacies in boxing history. However, the path to this fight has been far from straightforward. Alvarez's previous reluctance to face Crawford stirred controversy, particularly when reports surfaced that he had demanded a $150 million purse as a precondition for the bout.
Everybody wants to fight. Everybody